Hi, my name is Clarence Berger Greer, and this is MyTruthin365. My son Teddy was born March 31st, 2009. He was a very healthy baby. The pregnancy was perfect without complications, and so was the birth. He was thriving, and he was a happy baby, doing great for many months. Uh, just reaching all the milestones on time, except walking. He walked a little bit later. He was 15 months old when he was started to walk, which was later than my first son, Leo, who started to walk when he was 1 year old. But I didn't think anything of it. I thought, well, he's just a slow walker. Um, we The year he was diagnosed, we were on vacation in Yosemite. It was very hot that summer, August 2010. We were on a family vacation for about a week, and Teddy was not feeling great. He was sleeping a lot, he was sweating a lot, but we all just thought that he was, growing up, teething. It was very hot, so the sweating, felt was normal. He did start having a fever, but again, I thought maybe he was teething, or maybe he had a cold, or the flu or something. Just a random toddler sickness, nothing serious. Um, but we were there Monday through Thursday, and by Thursday, he really did not look well. So we decided to go home a day early. Um, and at that point, he even refused to drink anything. He just didn't want to eat. He didn't want to drink. So I thought, okay, we should take him to the doctor. And we took him to his pediatrician the Friday morning. And at that point, he was pretty lethargic. He still had a high fever, and his heart rate was beating. Heart rate was really fast. So we took him in, and his oxygen level was just 85%. Heart rate was 185, I believe, 200. And the doctor did emergency x-ray and blood work, and Teddy was completely lethargic at that point, just completely asleep. It was hard to keep him awake. And so the doctor thought he had a really, really bad lung infection. The x-ray revealed that the left side of his chest was completely white, so it looked like the lungs were full of fluids. The heart was pushed all the way to the right. The aorta, everything was pushed to the right. Again, they didn't mention anything other than the fact that maybe he had a really bad lung infection. So we went to the ER, and they put him on a table, and the hospital we went to was not prepared for that, handling such a severe case, but and they didn't know what they were dealing with at that point. And they felt he really needed a chest tube to drain all the fluids from his lung. So that's what we did. My husband and I were holding Teddy down on the table without sedation, because sedation would have been too dangerous at that point. I was holding his legs, and my husband was holding his arms, and the doctor just went in, just cut him open, and stuck a chest tube in his chest, just like that. And all this fluid came out. And after that, I was throwing up all over the place. I was sick. I just couldn't believe what was happening, but I also felt relieved at that point. They were starting antibiotics and fluids, and I thought, okay, he's okay now. They saved him. They just saved his life. And then they took us by ambulance to another hospital, and once I got there, The doctor who was in charge there sat me down and asked me, "So how much did it tell you about the tumor?" And at that point, no one had mentioned the tumor. I didn't know. I thought we were dealing with a lung infection. And I just remember just crying and throwing up. And thinking, cancer. Tumor to me means cancer. I didn't, my mind went straight to that. I knew it was cancer. They didn't need to explain much more than that. Yeah, I was throwing up an awful lot. So much so that one of the nurses there grabbed me by the arms and looked at me straight in the face and said, "You just got to keep it together, and just you have to keep it together." Almost slapped me because I was pretty much hysterical at that point. And that's when our journey began. Yeah, crazy world of cancer. That's when it started. Friday, August 13th, 2010.
MyTruthin365 is a project like no other. Using a video journaling concept that is raw and unscripted, we explore pediatric cancer stories as told by those on the front lines of the war on childhood cancer, such as mothers, fathers, survivors, siblings, grandparents, doctors, nurses, and advocates, and how their lives have been impacted. These are their stories in their words. Developed over a series, Part 1 explores the impacts of receiving the cancer diagnosis. Visit us on Facebook at MyTruthin365 to find out more about this project.